What's going on, YouTube? Before I get into this video, man, y'all make sure y'all go like, comment down below what movie y'all want to see me review next, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. This next movie I'm about to get into, man, was requested by You Know the Vibes. Shout out to You Know the Vibes, by the way. But Hot Boys. Now, this movie came out in 2000. I believe it was written by Master P. This is when, like, I don't want to say it was like the end of like the No Limit run, but it was like Master P transitioning from like just rap to like mogul. And this when he was doing all these movies and all these different ventures outside of rap. But this is not the first movie he came out with, but it's like one of the movies that he came with after like his run at the top. But it stars his baby brother, Silk the Shocker. Now, Master P does have a cameo in this, but it stars his baby brother. And his name is Cool on here now. Cool is like a young hood dude who's trying to become a rapper. Just like any other average guy that's just trying to find their way. He has like dreams of being a rapper. And his girl is like a college girl, but she comes from like a Sadiddy family. And his mother, her mother doesn't want her daughter dating Cool, which is, I don't like judging people, but I do understand, like, if you raising your daughter right and you see like she got like a thuggish boyfriend, you would kind of shield her from that. But I mean, the child gonna do what the child want to do, so she stays with Cool. And after Lashana spends Cool's birthday with him, Mystical on here, like, they had a lot of cameos from like the No Limit group, like Mystical, Snoop Dogg, C Murder, Anthony Johnson is on here too. They had a lot of good cameos on here, but Mystical comes to Cool's house and let him know that something happened to Pee Wee, played by AJ Johnson. So Cool has to leave, but he don't want to leave his girl alone, like, cause she had to walk home. He didn't want her to walk home by herself, but she was like, nah, I'm good, just like go help your friend out. So as she's walking home, she sees like it was a bad drug deal, but she witnessed a murder. And when the police came, they thought she was the one that committed the murder. So I mean, it ain't even like they really questioned her or found out what's going on. It's like they kind of just pinned it on her, and she ends up going to prison. Now, when Cool finds out, you would react how he's reacting, like he willing to just run anybody up, like he's trying to find out what happened with his girlfriend, and y'all done pinned this murder on her, and he knows she's not even that type of person. Like, this girl is finna go to college. Who is she about to kill? Like, if you just got a brain in your head, you would think like, what y'all ain't even really do no background check on this. It's just like, that's what I didn't understand about this movie. Like, they just kind of like just threw her in jail for the murder, but it was dirty cops. Like, they knew what they was doing. But Cool, he's going above and beyond trying to get this girl out of prison. And he is like a neighborhood. This another one of Master P boys in here. He plays a police officer on here, but he's like the police in the neighborhood. He ain't dirty, but he's cool with everybody. Like, it's that one police officer that's in the community that everybody like. He's on here and he's trying to help Cool. He was like, that's not my collar, like that's not my branch. I can't really do too much, but I can lead you to the guy that can help you. So his name is Tully. He leads Cool to Tully, and Tully, he don't really care about getting this girl out of prison. He's just like, if you want to get your girl out of prison, you got to do something for me. So Cool willing to do anything to get his girl out. It's this guy named Saint on here. He, I think it's Clifton Powers his name. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I think it's Clifton Powers, the dude that played Pinky on next Friday. He's Saint on here. Cool has to go undercover and get enough information on Saint to bring him down. So basically working with the police, and he's a street dude. That's another thing. I'm like, dang, dude, you working with the police, but he trying to get his girl out, which I understand. But that's the only way he can get her out. He has to get enough evidence on Saint to bring him down. And then he said, this is what Tully said. The police officer said he would release her. That's what he said. So Cool do what he's supposed to do. He get close to Saint. He get information, but it's loud music playing. Like in the club when they talking, he's getting all the information. It's just loud music playing. So they're like, man, basically that's not enough. Like we gonna need more than that. It's not clear. So Cool just like, man, I keep doing everything you telling me to do. You just keep saying it's not enough, it's not enough. So this is when I realized like Tully was like a bad police officer. He kills a guy. First he tells Cool to hand him a gun. Then he go kills a guy. Then he tells Cool, okay, your fingerprints on this gun. So now whether you like it or not, you finna do what I tell you to do because I can frame you. I'm just like, and I'm pretty sure stuff like this to happen for real. Not in this scenario, but just like police will have it set up to where they got enough dirt on you to throw you away. Even though you didn't do nothing wrong, they could set you up. So now you have to do what they say. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people fold in these type of situations. So Cool doing whatever he got to do. He just still trying to take Saint down for this police officer. At that point in time, I probably have been like, man, it don't even matter because you showing me you dirty. I might bring this dude down and y'all still might not let my girl out. So now, while his girl is behind bars, he knows like she's not built like that. She gets interrogated by the police officer that actually killed the guy that she's locked up for. And he's interrogating her like just trying to get stuff out of her. And she's saying like she don't know what's going on. So she's pregnant with Cool baby. That's what she told him while she was locked up. Like she said, I'm pregnant. This dude is beating the brakes off this girl. And she ends up getting transferred to the infirmary. Now when Cool come up there, he looking like, where my girl at? They was like, she in the infirmary. So he knew something was wrong. When he see her beating up. Now I'm thinking like the dude just beat her up bad. She ends up passing away. So now, no matter what goes on, my girl not coming back. So Cool, at this point, Cool just fed up, which was understand. I feel like anybody would be fed up. I done did all this stuff to get her out of jail. Now y'all done beat her up bad enough to where she dies. And at the funeral, they come shoot the funeral up. Like, so at this point in time, it doesn't even matter what happens to me. Like my girl, I done got set up by the police. My girl done got locked up for something she didn't do. She got beat up in prison. Then she dies to her injuries. Now at the funeral, y'all shooting at me while I'm at my girlfriend. Like Cool just flashes out and just like he goes on this rant, like he just goes crazy on here, and he tells like Snoop Dogg. And the funny thing about this, like the cameos, they got Snoop Dogg and C-Bird on here. It's not like they're playing characters. It just look like Snoop Dogg and C-Bird is just his friend. It's just like funny how like bad their acting is. But Cool rounds up all his people, Pee-wee and everybody. He telling them to meet him at the house. And he's basically like, man, I ain't got nothing else to lose. Like, bro, we finna just, this dude that Cool was working up under Saint, he's trying to take over his drug thing now. So he's like, it don't even matter. Like, he got all them together, and he's telling them this master plan he trying to do. And he was like, Pee-wee was like, every good group got a name. Like, every criminal gang out there, like, they got a name. And like, what we gonna call ourselves? And it was like the Hot Boys. Now, this is just my personal opinion. If you really know about like No Limit and Cash Money and how it was back in the day, I'm not on here promoting their issues or nothing, but I do feel like it was very petty for Master P to call this movie the Hot Boys, because I don't like to say beef because I don't really know, because I'm not from New Orleans, but the differences you had with Cash Money and their group is called the Hot Boys, and you name your movie the Hot Boys. It's just very petty to me. And even when I seen this, like, I was like, the Hot Boys, ain't that like Birdman group? But I just feel like he was being petty by naming this movie the Hot Boys. But they the police officer that Cool was working for, he goes into his house, take all his guns, and he passes them out to his crew. They just go on a rant, just like shooting up people, taking over drugs, killing people, like really acting like Hot Boys. Like he done lost everything. It don't even matter. His girl dead. Y'all trying to kill me. Like, it don't even matter what happens to me no more. So they start coming up. Now Cool is the dude in charge, and he's on the top. But every time like people boss up, it's always that one person who just starts to get jealous. Pee-wee on here, he starts looking at Cool like, man, you getting all this money, you doing all this stuff, and I ain't got money. And then he has a stuttering problem. Like, he talks like, I ain't got no money. Cool, you got all the, like, and Cool, like, man, I'm taking care of you, bro. Like, you being ungrateful. Like, you not in the hood no more. All this stuff I got, like, it's yours too. Like, what you tripping on? And stuff like this happens all the time. It's always that one person that's just ungrateful. And Snoop Dogg told Cool, like, man, you need to watch that nigga, bro. Like, it's something about him. Like, I wouldn't trust him. Snoop kept saying that. And then on top of that, Snoop checked Pee Wee when Cool wasn't around. Like, you need people like this in your corner, because sometimes you could be naive to the fact, but somebody could see something that you can't see. And Snoop kept telling Cool, like, bro, you need to get rid of him. So it comes to find out that Pee Wee was actually working with Saint trying to get Cool set up. And then Snoop Dogg ended up killing Pee Wee. So just stuff like that, you really need good people around you. But closer to the end of the movie, a big shootout breaks out. Saint gets killed. Like, mostly everybody gets taken out, even people in Cool crew. Now Cool, he goes on this high-speed chase with the police. He ends up flying off of this ramp and ended up falling in the water. Now, I thought he died on here, but he was supposed to get 30 years in prison, but he only got 5, and then they let him out. But it's still, it's a wild storyline, because I done watched a lot of Master P movies. Like, he be having like some all over the place storylines, but I do see where he was trying to go with it. But it is a hood classic that a lot of people love. Like, a lot of people talk about this movie. Even when I was watching it, just a lot of people really love this movie, and it is a good watch. But I do not think it's better than Baller Blocking. That's just my personal opinion. But the Hot Boys starring the No Limit crew, Silk the Shocker, Snoop Dogg, C Murder, and Master P. I'm gone.